the Rwanda Defense Force created a new organization and named it Rwandan Patriotic Army. Later, it was renamed to its current name. The RDF comprises the Rwanda Defense Forces mission as provided in the Constitution of Rwanda is. After it conquered the country in July 1994 in the aftermath of the Rwandan genocide of April 2. July 1994, the Rwandan Patriotic Front decided to split into a political division and a military division, which would serve as the official army of the Rwandan state. Defense spending continues to represent an important share of the national budget, largely due to continuing security problems along Rwanda's frontiers with the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Burundi, and lingering concerns about Uganda's intentions towards its former ally. There is an ongoing, low-level insurgency from Rwandan rebels based in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, mainly the Forces Democratiques de Libération du Rwanda. The RDF is regularly deployed in peacekeeping missions in Africa. Rwanda is now one of the largest contributors of personnel on UN missions. While Rwanda was a Belgian colony administered as a part of Rwanda-Urundi, its security was provided by the Force Publique, the colonial army of the Belgian Congo. As the Congo was due to achieve independence in 1960 and withdraw its forces, the Belgian special resident decided to create an indigenous army to provide for Rwanda's security. On the 19th of May 1960, he ordered the recruitment of a 650-strong military force to become the Garde Territoriale. The force was later renamed the Garde Nationale. The U.S. Army's Area Handbook for Rwanda, compiled in 1968-9, describes the security forces of Rwanda in 1969 as the 2,500-strong National Guard and the National Police, about 1,200 strong. The force's armies Rwandizers was the National Army of Rwanda until July 1994, when the government collapsed in the aftermath of the Rwandan genocide and the war with the Rwandan Patriotic Front. The FAR was estimated at 7,000 strong, including approximately 1,200 members of the gendarmerie. Elite troops included the Presidential Guard, estimated at between 1,000 and 1,300 troops, as well as the Paracommando and reconnaissance units. These two units were of battalion strength by 1994, and then counted a total of 800 troops. In response to the RPF invasion of 1990, the 5,000-man FAR rapidly expanded, with French training assistance, to some 30,000 by 1992. The Arusha Accords, signed on August 4, 1993, laid out a detailed plan for the integration of the Rwandan government and Rwandan Patriotic Front military forces. The Rwandan government was to provide 60% of the troops for the new integrated army, but would have to share command positions with the RPF down to the level of battalion. The new army was to consist of no more than 19,000 soldiers and 6,000 gendarmerie. However, radical elements within the Rwandan government were implacably opposed to implementation of the accords and, instead, began the planning that would lay the foundations for the genocide. The reconnaissance battalion's commander, François Xavier Novonimai, and his subordinates played a key role during the genocide. Together with the reconnaissance battalion, the Paracommando battalion under Major Alois Aintabkus and the Presidential Guard under Major Prétais Empirania became the three most significant genocide air units. Col. Marcel Gatsinzi was briefly named Chief of Staff of the Rwandan Army from April 6 to April 16, 1994, but was replaced by Augustin Bizimungu, who was also promoted to Major General on the 18th of April. Since Col. Gatsinzi opposed the genocide, Bizimungu was only briefly Chief of Staff before fleeing the country. Many soldiers of the FAR have since been implicated by the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda in the genocide, including its leader during the genocide, Col. Theoneste Bagosora, who was chief of the cabinet of the Ministry of Defense prior to the genocide. Many elements of the former Rwandan regime, including soldiers of the FAR, fled to eastern Zaire after the RPF victory, where they formed the Rassemblement Démocratique pour le Rwanda, which later became the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda. which is still active in eastern Congo's North Kivu province. A massacre of internally displaced persons involving Rwandan Patriotic Army elements at Kibiho in southern Rwanda during April 1995. See main article Kibiho Massacre. See main article First Congo War. See main article Second Congo War. Circa 2000. During the Second Congo War, the Rwanda Patriotic Army unofficially admitted to having 4,000 to 8,000 troops deployed in the Congo, according to the Economist Intelligence Unit. But this was believed to be a substantial understatement. The International Crisis Group estimated that the RPA has between 17,000 and 25,000 troops deployed in the Congo. In April 2001, a United Nations report on the exploitation of the Congo said the RPA had a minimum of 25,000 troops.